Welcome back to my channel, where I recreate step-by-step looks from Instagram artists. For today's look, I'm recreating a look from Lush's makeup. I'll put the link for her Instagram in the description below. I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Vol.1. I start by priming my eyes using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, packing it on all my eye using an M224 brush. I remember I mentioned this primer in a previous video using it on only one eye, but I forgot to mention that I really did like it, so I'm using it again. You only need a really small amount. I put a small amount and it was still a lot, so I really had to work it in. Today, I'm mixing the shades A3 and D3 for my crease with an M433 brush. Now, we are not taking the shade straight out to the brow. We are keeping it in our crease in a round shape, since we are doing a full cut crease today. Remember to blend in circular motions to avoid any harsh lines. Also helps us to blend the other colors easier. So funny story about this look, I have already done this the day before I recorded this video, and 2 days before that also, but both times I did not realize till I was done that I had not recorded anything but my forehead. I did not realize I had moved the camera before I sat down to do my makeup. Well, third time is a charm, right? That's why you can see my other naked eye. I honestly gave up on doing both eyes today. Next is the shade D1 with a clean M433 brush. I blend it just above the previous shade, bringing it up to my brow bone, keeping the same circular motions on the brush to help with the blending. I absolutely love this yellow. I am really looking into fall looks that have this color, because I love the killer payoff and it's so easy to blend. It's very hard to find a good yellow shade, so for Norvina to come up with the perfect yellow right before fall, it's perfect. And the other two palettes also have different shades of yellow, so I cannot wait to play with those two also. So this is how your eye is supposed to look to this point. See how I am following my crease with the shades, making it a more round finish. Using an M506 brush with the shade E2, I blend it right in the middle of both shades. I like to use this brush whenever I need a shade to bring everything together. Since it is so precise, it will not let the shade overpower the other two shades. Now, it's time to go over all my shades again. I like to do this every so often, just to keep every shade where it is supposed to be. Sometimes after blending color after color, I feel the shades start to mix a little too much, so I like to go over them again with the same brushes I used to apply them. But I do not pick up more color. I use what is already on the brush, since again, I only want to clean the colors, not applying more. Using an M224 brush, I dab the same Anastasia eye primer, this time starting on my lash line and working my way from the center of my lid to the corners of my eye. Remember to look straight ahead to find your crease. Then, once you look down, you will see the line that the primer left. That is your crease. Use it as a guideline for your cut crease. Work your way up to this guideline, so we will end up with this kind of a semi-round shape, since again, we want a full cut crease. I go over my shades again to clean them up and redefine them with an M506 brush, not picking up any color, just sweeping over them. I felt the need to show this because I feel that sometimes you want to create an Instagram look and you do all the basic steps, but you still don't get the same results. And this is probably why your shades get mixed up, so I hope this step helps you to correct your techniques. Using an M124 brush with the shade Starburst from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow palette, I pack it on all my lid, working the shade up from my lash line. Now to make the liner, using the M250 brush with some eye primer. You can also use white liner or just any light concealer. This is something I like to do when I need colored liner. It is optional, but I feel it helps when you don't have any colored liners. I foil the pigment. Now the way to foil pigment is by putting a small amount of the pigment in a little container and adding some MAC Fix Plus and mixing it together. If it's a pressed pigment, just scrape a little off the top and follow the same steps I just mentioned. Then with an M250 brush, I start filling in the eyeliner, repeating the same steps to foil the pigment. With each shade, the shades I did are first A3 and D3 together, then some B4, next some A5, after that one some E4, and lastly some D1. Now, using a BH Cosmetics brush, it's just a small flat brush. I use the same shades as I used to foil, only this time dry, and I apply them on top of their shade. Trust me, it's a lot of steps, but it's better than just the shades with the primer. And it saves you money to have to buy all the colored liners when you have the shades. Make sure you blend the edges on each color in the liner when applying them dry. Now I apply glitter. I use a J Cat sparkling powder in Lion Silver. Using a thin brush to apply the glitter, I make a line just above my eyeliner, following it from start to end. As you can see, I went over my liner with the glitter. It's okay, just scrape the glitter with something small and thin. Then when you have all the glitter almost gone, go over it with the same shade and it will be good as new. So here's the look with lashes. I love colorful looks, but I am trying to do fall inspired looks also in the upcoming videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you liked my video, please click the thumbs up. I also have an Instagram account and a Twitter account. I will share the link in the description below. See you next time.